A lot happened yesterday, so there's a lot to discuss in this episode. If you did, I've got you covered, people. I hope you keep track of everything. After 4 long years, Ripple defeats the SEC. Trump is about to make a huge announcement on cryptocurrency this morning. The Fed has finished raising interest rates. The recession fears have subsided, and the cryptocurrency markets are set to go crazy. As if that weren't enough, today saw the debut of XRP futures. Hold on tight, for the crypto industry is about to undergo a historic change. Let's begin by dissecting everything. At $85,278 today, Bitcoin has increased 1.84% over the last day. My prediction is 1,985, which is up 0.17% at the moment. People, XRP managed to hold the line, but guess what? We're still in the middle of a range at $2.48. As we observe both stablecoins, USDT and USDC, coming in at their dollar pegs, it has increased 6.75% over the last day. The total market value of cryptocurrencies is $2.76 trillion, which is equal to the peak in 2020. We're hoping for an upward breakout. We will brace ourselves and prepare if we don't receive confirmation that Bitcoin will be above 95K. The sooner this occurs, people, the sooner we can restart the bull run. A Bitcoin worth between $65,000 and $75,000 will be seen. The merchandise has been flying off the shelves if you didn't purchase some for yourself. Yesterday, I received my shirt, which is the evolution of money, but it's light blue. The Fed has decided to halt rate increases. You know that grumpy old man next to you, the grumpy bear? Well, maybe you should show them this to help them get over their pessimistic outlook. Here's the video from Garlinghouse 319. A Bitcoin poised to melt facing the bull market is loaded like and retweaked to make someone's day. 2025 will always be remembered as a historic day because, as many of you are aware, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple just over 4 years ago. Now, as we move forward, will Ripple appeal the 125? Brad told us that the lawsuit is in the driver's seat now, so it all comes down to whether or not Ripple wants to get that $125 million back because it's currently sitting in escrow. He said in the interview, or perhaps we'll play a clip from it, that he did. I forget who he did it with. I think he did it with Who Is This With? It's right here. For the first time, I can say that this case is over. It is abundantly evident to me as I sit here today and think back on 4 years ago that this case was doomed from the beginning in several ways. It was the first significant blow in the crypto war. At the time, I genuinely believed that we were going to be shown to be on the right side of history in addition to being on the right side of the law. I believe it to be a very concerning indication of cryptocurrency innovation. The United States government shouldn't be involved in selecting winners in general, since Mary Jo White, the former chair of the SEC, has stated publicly that she would use this as a dead wrong. I believe the judge understands that this is not only about Ripple and that it will have wider ramifications. The SEC's ruling is completely incorrect. Today marks the end of Ripple's journey as the first company with the means, willpower, and fortitude to challenge the agency's overreach. Today marks the SEC's long overdue surrender and victory. Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, used the same grounds against us to target the entire sector. Their major goal was to terrify and intimidate the regulator, who went all in on a non-fraud victimless case and wiped out $15 billion of value from innocent XRP holders. They weren't there to safeguard investors. The SEC was the market manipulator, and their goal was to win a case at all costs, not to pursue justice. We don't need to play arrest, forces and star. Everyone has probably heard this repeatedly, pitching themselves, and not thinking it was real, but then we get this. Bitfolks, the ultra-wealthy, just had 240 million Ethereum stolen. They're packing their luggage, not dozing off on this. As I mentioned, I have my sights set on these. Many, including Eve, said it was over. You keep thinking that because I'm going to buy it. All I'm doing is waiting. I'm holding out. I really think that we will be able to obtain either 1,500. I'll be purchasing because I believe that's the lowest rhetoric in a $1,500 position. The struggle will begin at that point. You want to discuss everything, so you season cryptocurrency. Rose, for example, the Bitcoin tether suggests that a relief rally for all coins is likely to occur from here. See the RSI at the bottom if you follow up, and then let's see what the remainder of the week has in store. Do you want to discuss how we can get everyone excited for the entire season? It's BlackRock, that's all. When BlackRock is involved, they will release an exchange-traded fund, ETF, on Solana, XRP, or any other cryptocurrency that will have the strongest bullish emotion and be the ideal way to start the season. Pay attention. Greetings from Asked by iShares, where you pose a question and we respond. Hello, here with today's query is Ananeri, a product strategist at iShares. Digital assets, what are they? Anything with monetary value in the digital realm is referred to as a digital asset. Data, intellectual property, and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which enable very instantaneous and inexpensive transactions anywhere in the world, are examples of digital assets. By market value, Bitcoin is the biggest cryptocurrency and a new international money substitute. Without the involvement of banks, governments, or other middlemen, it verifies transactions and tracks ownership using cryptography, peer-to-peer networks, and a public ledger called the blockchain. The cryptocurrency that is utilized on the Ethereum blockchain is Ether. Peer-to-peer banking networks and other decentralized applications of the future are made possible by the technological platform Ethereum. In a nutshell, digital assets are what you can think of Ethereum as, an open-source software store that generates money. To find out more, visit iShares. People, relax. This is bullish. Do you see where this is headed? BlackRock is now publishing educational content about cryptocurrency. You are aware of how large this is. Ripple versus SEC. Brad Garlinghouse stated that he thinks more than 18 different ETFs on XRP will formally start trading in the second half of this year. BlackRock is also educating people about cryptocurrency. No food, but we were bitten. For actual market impact, we physically settled the first ever CFTC-regulated XRP future in the United States. For example, are we listening when everyone else is dozing off outside? What happens to these markets over the following week, 2 weeks, or month is irrelevant. The important thing is that this year we see the institutional money, utility, and adoption of these markets really begin to take hold. With the Ripple v. SEC dispute coming to a close, we achieved our goals. Ripple in the US has no obstacles to start disclosing and telling us who they've been working with, their NDAs, and who will utilize XRP. We have no other obstacles for XRP anyplace in the world. It's time to fully send this asset as we have all we need for its success. It is unacceptable to use $2 XRP. People, a $5 XRP is unacceptable. In 2025, we will see a double-digit XRP.